I mean, Bulldog predicted it. Can't.
It was
No,
time to
Bulldog is
prepare
never
for
wrong.
battle.
Yeah, we can.
I want to go to the game.
I'm
Secret
actually-
VG, it was a real fun thing. Like we were sitting here, and we were having a nice little bit of a chat about how the draft could all play out. And in the first two pickups, like, oh, cool, I get exactly what I want. I wanted the Lone Druid, you wanted the Zeus. And we never knew where it was going to end up. We're talking support, we're talking Yamsor, then the Rubik pick comes.
Yep. I love the Rubik pick, but I'm very surprised Vici didn't really address the Zeus. It was first two, they had 4 heroes, and they really don't have an answer to it. The Rubik's great because not only do you have that damage amp aura later on in the game, but you steal Underlord Q. Like, all of a sudden you have a wave of fire, you can clear waves immediately. It's just a great pick in this situation. Zeus Lone Druid is my favorite in the history of
30
Dota
seconds
1-2 core combination because you have so much ability to just protect your Zeus. You have the structure damage that Zeus lacks, plus the physical damage as you scout throughout the game, and Zeus just outputs more magical damage than any other hero in Dota. So it's so good against Slark as well. Like, I can't believe you picked Slark into Zeus.
Yep.
He can still win them the game for sure, but
Yeah. You can feel confident in just the ability for Paparazzi to try and carry this game out. But can he have enough space? Does he get controlled more? And then you've also got the real comfort heroes for Team Secret up and running. Ace's Lone Druid, I was wanting to see this, just to watch Ace really just step up and be that real solid one for Team Secret. You've got Yabsor's Rubik, never underestimate this. I would have been even happy if he played his older hero, the Mirana. But now Fada gets this as an offlaner. It feels really good for Team Secret, for me, at least at the start of this game.
Yep.
But I can definitely see how VG Gaming can come back. Ori on his puck, something we're also very happy to see.
yeah, you have a lot more control on Vici. On Secret, you kind of don't have any tools of keeping them around the tombstone, and a long fight will most likely favor Vici just because the Slark doesn't get the stacks, Puck can go in and out with his QW over and over, the underlift rate of fire. I mean, there's so much just repeatable abilities, whereas Secret, like, when Zeus ults down, you get away from Tombstone, like, what's left? They have no real reach and no ability to find kills or press an advantage, whereas Vici,
Ori?
ahead.
Is he? No. He's been pushing the issue. He's used Happy Tree Tango regeneration. That's the reason why he's had more life than mid one, but really pushing the issue.
That W spam from Zeus is unreal, though.
Yeah. It's kind of like the opposite, right? You bring a magic stick to the mid lane, and normally against Arc Lightning this would be more than enough, but now it's not. I don't think you really want to be locked in with that bear Lanham.
And Zeus, mid one's lasting super well under tower as well. He has not missed. Okay, well, of course,
It's
as
fine.
I say that.
We didn't catch it on the Observer, so it's okay. Like, we're not going to say he missed a last hit.
Well, got denied in front of him. That's even worse. He had no experience at all, it feels.
This bottom lane, 11 is just so strong. The cogs from Lanham, it pushes Puppy back out a little bit further. 11 is really trying to get in and hit this bear down. It's very, very low, and Ace understands it. That's why Puppy starts the decays.
Ace might be going range form Druid. He's got Aquila synced up. Usually if you go in the Radiance build, you just rush that HOD straight into it, but Aquila makes me think this could be range form, and according to Bulldog, that's like a sure loss. So.
But do you really want to actually buff up your bear when you're going up against, like, at least in this lane, the 2 melees, and Underlord, who's fantastic against the melee? Like, he should be able to rip apart a bear.
Yeah, but I don't know if the landing phase should, change your build throughout the mid and late game. And I agree, like, a bear right this game, you don't really have enough physical damage to take it down. Slark's really bad at killing bears, and that's your structure damage. You don't have any others, so I'm very concerned that if he goes for this range form, like, you still die to Slark. He hunts you all game. And now you're not going to be playing melee for him?
Top lane. So like, he just jump into the arrow. You've got the 2 points up in Starfall. Fenrir, thanks to Brains Up and Nightmare, however, Fada can't get the last bit of damage in to kill Fenrir as he moves back behind the tower. Clockwork also wasted a lot of time. He rotated towards mid and hid behind the trees, but the Observer Ward that was already planted by Team Secret saw this coming from a mile away.
A pretty static landing phase so far. The big key is going to be Zeus hitting level 6, and then all of a sudden you have a ton of global pressure on the map. Probably can expect a slow game, though, under the circumstances. You need a bunch of items on Lone Druid before you can make moves. Slark's going to get a Shadow Blade, then he'll be active, but until then, there really isn't anyone willing to rotate. Ori Puck might, but such a high emphasis on laning phase, especially because Zeus is always going to be shoving that mid lane. You don't really want to leave too early.
Yeah. This bottom lane is just seems to be a lot of fun when Lanham tries to deny up as many of his cogs as he possibly can. Wants to go after the bear with a battery assault, even burns a mango to try and achieve that. But it is not enough. Puppey is basically out of mana.
Yeah, pretty static laning phase. Top lane is doing better than I expected. Bane Slark not faring super well against the Rubik Mirana, but Mirana already with wow. They should actually start pulling ahead. Slark needs Courier desperately. He's still sitting on 800 gold.
Got more resources flying for the top two.
Yeah.
Extra rewards for Yapsol. Bottom lane again, Lanham. It's almost a point where he's starting to feed the cogs over to Ace. Is that a harassment really worth it when the cogs get picked?
I mean, it's no experience. What is it, like 16 gold? It's not that bad.
Yeah. Every little bit to bring him closer towards Radiant.
Sure. If he buys it. Maybe it's psychological. He's like, hey, you should buy some other items that aren't Radiance. I'm going to feed you a little bit.
Yeah, Maelstrom looks really, really affordable right now. Bane Nightmare is out. Paparazzi's moving over. Yapsol's in the neighborhood, and he's not going to go for the pickup. Yes, he will. Grabs Bane, drags it back down again. Level 2 Brain Slap gives Fenrir so much life, and Fada leashed on for the moment, goes for the point-blank range arrow into Paparazzi. Thanks to the stick charges, Paparazzi got a little bit more life. Yapsol, Fadebolt still on cooldown.
You can
so the only thing would be the roaming arrow, but it's still on cooldown as well.
Yep.
And bounties.
Yep. That's worth a trade, actually. They get the Shrine as well. 5 minutes is actually such a critical part of the game. You get the double bounty and then the Shrine. I mean, you feel great if you're Fada now.
Is this the reason, too, why Puppey did that long walk around? Like, he's back behind the tier 2 tower right now on top, going into the Dire jungle, because he went up and stole the VG Gaming's bounty rune, Dire side.
I love that move, though. I think supports don't use this nighttime period as well as they should. It's free to walk through that tier 2, 2, 3 area on Dire. And it's just such an easy way. No one's going to see this rotation coming. Obviously, the Bane saw him, so this one will be sniffed out, but still.
Yeah. It's still a lot of heavy pressure. Fenrir turns around. Luckily, he does that, which means he avoids the arrow of Fada.
He would have actually got that pull. Really well played by Fenrir, but the creep attack actually missed uphill, so they don't get the aggro.
Attacking into Paparazzi. Again, these stick charges give him a little bit more life. He's just shy of level 6, so he can't just back off and regenerate. And he's also got to be careful. There's a Thunder God's Wrath available from Zeus. So he cannot afford to drop low.
It's part of the issue playing Slark against Zeus. You have this easy counter ward ability in the W, and then the global pressure. I mean,
Yapsol is in range of Fenrir, but he doesn't want Fenrir. He wants Paparazzi, and he can't get the grab. The sleep was already out, so get the pick up, and they just keep switching the Nightmare from target to target. Puppey will wake up. And Clockwork's rotated. Lanham in through the rear, trying to isolate Puppey. He does have a TP scroll, begins it now. Fenrir doesn't have the Nightmare, and Cogs, it's all a little too late. Puppey's already gone. Forced the rotation off. Now it's a 1v1 on bottom.
Yeah. Not the greatest 1v1 either for Lone Druid.
Oh, he actually pulled Ori over too. Ori was coming top. It's a 1v nothing in mid.
Yep. Mid one doing a good job as well, just staticking the lane in the meantime. They do get his ward, but I think it's alright. He's actually doing better than I had expected. Zeus actually 60-40ing this lane right now. Denies are equivalent, but still. I mean, or he left the lane. Like 6 CS, no biggie.
Yeah. Backed off for a little bit, but it's the fact that mid one's ready to just give that huge damage, like 4 points up in the Lightning Bolt, got the Thunder God's Wrath ready. Just needs an easier rotation. Puppey puts down a defensive observer ward. A little bit further away from Lanham and definitely out of range of the sentry.
Yeah, I'm concerned though. Ace is committing to this range form build. He already has Phase of Kill up. I'm not sure this is going to pay off for Secret, but it allows them a more even scaling throughout the game. But again, they really suffer from a lack of objective pressure in this game.
Nice try.
And again, they have no reach. It's like no way for them to actually kill this Slark if he has a good game. So they are winning the lanes. It's good for them, but Underlord is like the best hero. It's stalling out the game and forcing you to respond to lanes.
He even just managed to like Ace was triggering a salve and got hit by the Hellfire of 11 and lost it straight away. Ace is not having a great time on bottom, and Lanham's waiting for the right time to strike, but striking also on top. Bada looking to come from behind, trying to force Paparazzi the opposite direction. Rubik jumps through, but Shadow Dance is going to be burned by Paparazzi. Gets back into the safety of the tree line.
tower's taking a lot of damage. How did I not notice this? They're forced to glyph, but it's already 570 HP.
The glyph also helps VG Gaming on bottom lane. They had the creep wave underneath the tower trying to add more pressure, but it's stopped now. Fenrir and let him rotate.
There's a lone druid there, Toby.
There is a lone druid there.
What's an underlord going to do?
He's still hiding in the tree lines.
Yeah, smoke, block, and bane as well, but you're level 3. Is this really the play? And I mean, Secret's coming out to a big advantage. Nope, phase boots. You're not catching him.
Like, it's when you think like Lone Druid's actually a squishy kind of hero, but then nope. Not when he switches form, not when he's got Savage Raw. So much space creation. But the #1 net worth for VG is 11. And looks like he's itemizing a little bit, like he's getting Soul Ring after already having the Ring of Health.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to buy a pipe at some point.
Yeah. It's like, where do you actually, like, it should just be pipe straight out, right? Like, you don't need to have, you need Crimson Guard against this Team Secret lineup, considering how much magical damage they've got.
I think you want it just because you're playing against range Lone Druid and Mirana and the zombies of Undying, which will do absolutely no damage to a Crimson Guard, but you want the pipe first. You're against Zeus. It's like rule number 1. You got buy armor against Slardar, buy pipe against Zeus. Like, it's gospel.
They're going for Rune Contest. Cogs are going to keep that bear away. Not going to stop Ace, or is it? Actually, he just walks in. Savage Raw is healed, grab it. That's 3 bounty runes to Team Secrets. They got both of the ones on the north.
Well played.
Critical. We're 10 minutes in, and right now, like I'm not going to say, are we another game? Award gets dewarded. Yay!
Man, it doesn't feel like, it feels like there's been more action than there has.
It has. It's been rotations. It's been diving, because no one's really respecting the Tier 1 tower line.
And you can't blame Secret, right? I mean, it's 0-0, but they're 4K ahead in 10 minutes. It's not bad. Winning all their lane. Every single core has an advantage.
Here's Ori's movement. He's going to come down to bottom lane. I don't know if he's really going to find anything with this. Like, just before he came down here, Underlord TP'd out. Like, he got dropped down to 25% of his HP, which is quite a lot when you consider he's got 1350.
Yeah, I mean, Secret, this is what you'd expect from their heroes. They're going to stay ahead. They're going to have a great mid game, but how do they close the game? And do they really have enough to answer the Slark? Because they don't. There's nothing they can do to kill him once he has items, especially if he has a BKB. Their damage output doesn't even threaten him. So,
is Ori bait now? Like, you push Ori to the bottom lane, maybe he's the only hero that can actually sustain on the bottom lane, but that's why Secret are already 3-man smoking heading down south. Bane's in the neighborhood, so Fenrir could cause some problems with the Nightmare, and they've got 3 Ori targets to choose from. So which one looks more like the real Prairie Dragon? And now they know. Fade Bolt's able to connect. They know which one's the real one. Puppey holding the tombstone. Fenrir begins his TP out. And Team Secret have no vision of this.
He gives Orb to Yapsor as well. It's a big steal. Max illusory Orb, 280 damage. A lot of travel.
Not just the nuke on the wave. It's the repositioning for Yapsor. Yeah. Not as efficient as a Queen of Pain Blink, but he'll take it.
This is the concern, though, for Secret. How do you actually extend your lead? You can see there's nothing they can do to threaten an Underlord under tower, especially now that he has a Hooded Defiance. I mean, effectively his HP versus magical damage is 2,000 plus.
Well, they're just going all-out damage. Like, that's a Mask of Madness being queued up by Ace. Like, they're just going to find their way to physically push through the lane.
I mean, it's a great item. I think range form Lone Druid is definitely on the rise because all of the items you would buy are just buffed recently. The Mask of Madness into Maelstrom. MKB is now an incredible item to pick up as well. But in this game, I'm not sure that it's ideal because, again, I fear the Slark has just no answer.
And that was fast. Gets hit by the Orb, hit by the level 3 Fade Bolt, and then just blasted down by mid one. He was there to do a D-ward and it took 12 minutes and a bit, but we have our first blood.
And where's Nahaz when you need him? I'm sure that's the latest first blood of the tournament.
It does. Nahaz is down in the green room, probably watching, going, I know the answer.
Make it sound like he's that guy in class, a regular Hermione.
You totally know he's that guy in class. He is totally Hermione, just a man.
Oh, wow. Mid? What? Wow.
Yeah, so it just goes again.
He just orbed through, hit the puck with damage, jumped in, lip, W, Zeus ult, all of a sudden puck's dead, or he just caught sleeping.
Yeah.
Really well set up.
And that's a real hard one to watch as well. This is when, hey, you gotta start watching that rotation hero. The reason why Yapsor, like you picked the Rubik, knowing it's going to be a fun Rubik game, but the Illusionary Orb, he's going to be hating letting that one go on bottom lane previously. Seals his death plus his supports.
Yeah, Mirana, another great Maelstrom buyer. This item is super strong. We saw, I think the first time it really rose to prominence was, I want to say LGD during MDL, where all of a sudden the gyros were all buying Maelstrom. Hero is incredibly strong. You get the components plus the active effect of the Chain Lightning, so better than the component.
Is this Ace just actually getting... Okay, no rooting on 11. He won't go for it. The Mask of Madness is flying out in the courier to him, so welcome to that increased speed, increased buff up. Probably a death of a tier 1 tower on bottom lane unless VG Gaming are able to hold him back.
What do you mean, it's Underlord? Oh, the tower's full HP.
It's going to go down, man. I feel it.
What are you talking about?
You get the rotation of Puppy and find the kill. Burn through.
Like, what do you do? What do you do, Toby? What's the counter to
Hey,
this?
you know I'm kill hungry, man.
That might be the wrong game for you to be watching.
Maybe I'm watching the other side. Lanham at level 6, he can hookshot himself in. Hunt for murder, but everyone just appears to be accepting the status quo. Mirana's getting a Maelstrom, sure. In fact, literally she's getting it now. Bottom lane, there's the pickup. Tombstone's down, the entangle is out. Underlord cannot escape. The Absol just needed to rotate in, drop the Firestorm on top of the Underlord. Now it's 3-0.
I just realized as well, the damage amplification of Secret is going to be nuts. Part of why I like the Maelstrom as well is obviously magical damage on proc. You not only have the Rubik aura that can turn offensive, but that Undying ultimate, when he's in melee range, that's 20% damage in. That's quite substantial.
Enough to get through the Underlord. They bring down that bottom tower to half-life. Slark needs to start having a bit more of an impact in the game. Maybe with the arrival of the Shadowblade, they're able to do such a thing. So 3 heroes smoke up on bottom. Paparazzi begins his TP. Takes a long time, but they're coming to bottom lane to try and fight this.
There's a timing for each. They have the Shadowblade and the pipe on Underlord. They're ready to go.
Yep. But then again, Zeus is sitting behind him. The hook shot, it's going to miss. Ace looking for a target. There goes your Moonlight Shadow. They've isolated Lanham inside the cogs. He did lock down the bear. Paparazzi gets the leash over on Ace. He needs more life. The Dream Call also holding him here. If they need the vision, they don't have it. The Moonlight Shadow. VG Gaming can't hit what they can't see. And Yapsor with the stolen Dream Call. Now VG Gaming, they wanted to be the aggressors and they're in full retreat. After losing 3 heroes on the bottom, Slark is still looking to pick off some of the pieces in the back line, but those pieces are very strong and almost at full health. He can take the regen room. No, he can't even get that from mid 1.
I just realized he also skipped Aquila. He's not having a game I thought he was. I mean, yeah, he's got 5k net worth, but he's going to really feel the lack of that item as the game continues. His mana regen is not nearly as high as it needs to be, and he's going to be rushing BKB afterwards. This is a very selfless Slark build right now.
He has the clarity to try and make up for it.
And I'm so surprised, not only do they whiff the hook, but they miss the puck initiation as well, and they still take this fight. The Paparazzi goes in, but he's just not relevant. There's no detection for Ace, as you said, and now Underlord's in there, but he's exposed. And yeah, he has a pipe, but Zeus is still plenty of damage.
It feels like desperation almost. Like, hey, we need to do something. We haven't had enough kills in this game. We know the laning phase doesn't really feel like it's going right. Ori hasn't had the big win that he needs, and they try to force it. But now, while that didn't work, they try and force other things. So the mid lane and bottom lane are going to be the 2 tier 1 tower trade-offs. While this creates space, bottom lane hook shot goes after Fada. He's able to leap himself away. It's such a hard hero to lock down. The mid lane, Underlord, well, he'll use his Dark Rift, and I'm waiting for Yapsor. Actually, he can't steal that. He's already got the Hellfire. But he takes... Wait. I don't know if he really meant to take Paparazzi back with him then.
Sure,
Either way, Paparazzi was farming top and came to help in mid.
Yeah, mid one's got a Kaya. So, I mean, again, math is not my strong suit, but you've got multiple sources of damage amplification, and then, of course, you buy an item that increases your damage output by 10%. This Zeus has to die if you want to take a team fight. That pipe is actually not going to be enough.
But they then got to reach the back line. Advantage for VG Gaming is they've good heroes that can do this. Like Clockwork, Puck, and Slark should all be able to change the front line of this fight. But so far, it's like Team Secret's positioning and vision. They've already seen Paparazzi coming. Or they're that tight together that there's always a response. There's always a lift. There's an Undying Tombstone. There's problems.
Man, this game is so slow from Vici as well. Like, I'm talking about them as the ones that need to be making moves, but they haven't really even attempted to cross the river at this point. They're not even on the board.
Yep. 18 minutes in, not a single kill to their name. Not even like a forced denial out. It's been rough. And things are going to get rougher. That's that Maelstrom actually already done onto Ace? Yeah, it is. So Maelstrom, Mask of Madness now onto this lone Druid. So they've doubled up the Maelstrom. You got BKB arriving for Fada. I'd say shortly at the rate they're gaining gold. And Zeus is going directly into the Aghanim Scepter. Like, you're going to put VG Gaming into a Nimbus in these fights.
And he's going to have it very soon as well. I still question how Secret can really close out a game. You can get Roche, you can threaten, you can win fights, but for now I think they're content. You know, just keep shoving. You have a bunch of heroes with excellent wave clear. Rubik with the Stolen Firestorm is essentially a core for the next 3-4 minutes.
Unlucky, Father. The creep wave moved a little bit early, would have been great. But they get the luck on top lane. There's a Observer Ward by Dire which got planted directly on top of the Alts and Sentry, so that won't last much longer. It was already pinged out. And that's when I start looking towards the Dire vision. They got one ward, which was like set behind the tier 1 tower on bottom. And then what else do they really see? Like, how are you meant to go for these smoke ganks when, okay, right now they see Lone Druid on top and they see Zeus on bottom. Everything else is dark for them, and Zeus just TP'd out to come and join the fight up on top. Because of that Observer and Sentry that got planted down previously from Secret, they know Underlord is alone.
Yeah, DD though, top rune, and I don't know if this smoke is going to pay off for Vici. Like, they invested heavily in these items to make things happen. The pipe on Underlord, the blink before the treads were finished on Puck, Shadowblade before Aquila, but they can't do anything. It's too hard to just run into Secret's lineup.
Yep.
And you can't fight into Tombstone.
I like how also Team Secret are ready for the fight. They transfer the bottle over to Fada so he can hold the double damage rune. Zeus doesn't care, like he just put a Staff of Wizardry into the slot the bottle was. So he'll have everything he needs for the fight. Ace is still forcing in the top lane. Can VG Gaming even fight once Team Secret have their BKBs up?
I don't think so. I mean, that's something I neglected to mention, but they have no real BKB piercing disable or damage output.
It's like Fiend's Grip, but if you do that, then you've still got Rubik on the field who's going to absolutely enjoy that. And that's the next item for Yamsel to make sure he can grab it. It's going to be the Blink Dagger.
Oh.
Mid lane, initiation is over on Fada. Fiend's Grip is out. Pick up and throw down. Yamsel trying to get in range for it. And yeah, he got it. He got the Fiend's Grip. Just needs a good target. Underlord already starting the Dark Rift out. But damn, that damage. They need more of it. And will they? No, they don't. All the way back to base 11 goes. Fada will fall. VG get themselves on the board. Fenrir also TP out. No, the Yule Scepter and Savage Draw both being used. So Fenrir will go down.
Not just that. Yeah, but that's the Vanguard pipe Underlord. He is not a target you really want to be going after in these fights. But who else do you go for? Everyone else is so mobile.
It does show that sustainability, which can be there for VG.
Yep.
Oh, goodbye, extra ward.
Well played by mid
Wait,
one there.
Are they actually wardless? Yeah, they're wardless. No vision on the map, but you got 2 extra robs on the Bane.
Nimbus 2000 online as well for the Zeus. Ready to go.
This is, I think it's a broken Harry Potter. I can just send my broom wherever the hell I want it.
Yep.
Globally.
Kind of imbalanced when you think about it.
Yeah.
Definitely one of the better ags in the game.
You could always give it back to like, remember the old Nature's Prophet TP? You can only TP where you've explored.
I've never actually seen the interaction, but is Wisp Zeus a thing? Can you just like tether him and then he gains the ability, drops it on the ground, and you go elsewhere?
I don't know. Never seen it tried. I'm seeing him try and kill off the Underlord. I say try and succeed. So even with Pipe as well as Vanguard, they get through him. Didn't burn either of them before his death.
So if you look over there, right, you got the Nimbus on top of the Tombstone. That ring is a pretty good metaphor for how they want to be taking their fights, but how do you keep them in the Thunderdome?
Good information. The Nimbus is to the east. Ari's going to have another orb up in 2 seconds' time. Roshan's still dropping. Ace is letting his bear tank it up. Puppy wants to rotate around. The Tombstone is just going to time out as well. And maybe Team Secret don't feel like they've got themselves a fight unless they can get a pick. And that's why they look towards Fenrir. The Nimbus, for the initial start to slow him down. They get the secondary one. And damn it, Thunder God's Wrath. You really can't run Agadims and Kaya. Life is just so difficult for anyone on VG.
As they Zeus ulted, they should have gotten a glimpse of vision of the Slark, who had just picked up his BKB. He's going to go in now. He has BKB. There's nothing to deal with him for a little bit, but Same time, you don't do much damage just yet.
Hook shot, nice from Clockwork, finds his target over onto Yamsor. The Dream Coil does hold him here, but Clockwork, where's the follow-up? It was just like Liner was left for dead. That's the wrong game. Entangle onto the Underlord, and then the pit, that's better control. Paparazzi BKB time. He has to do something more. The Zeus is at least gone down as Paparazzi will pounce away. A huge kill for VG Gaming. Paparazzi got 442 gold, 422 gold for that one.
That was well played by Ace. He actually feared the Slark before he could open, and then immediately he caught an arrow. So, as you said, where's the follow-up? Well, it was running away.
Interesting choices from Team Secret as well. Like, you bring down Roshan by 2/3, and then you're willing just to walk away from it. You understand that VG Gaming can't kill Roshan. They don't have a lineup to steal it.
I think we saw it in the last series as well. A lot of teams recognizing the value and cutting their losses, not forcing. It's the same in poker, where it's being good is not about maximizing your wins, but minimizing your losses. So much better to just leave Roche set up, make sure you're 5. You don't ever want to take that fight with Tombstone down. And especially if Nimbus is on cooldown as well, like you're just not nearly as strong as you can be.
VG Gaming, at least now, like I was worried this game would be totally one-sided, but they're at least starting to slow down the advantage the Team Secret was able to create. Maybe not through experience, that's still a lot better, and definitely not through opportunities. It's still Team Secret finding these time and time again. So goodbye to the Underlord, and maybe now they will finish up Roshan. And money.
You're in a very good place now. You have BKBs completed on Ace and Bada.
Sorry, jump away. It's worth it for the full bounty runes in some way, and especially if he gets the courier, which is about to fly over his head with the BKB. That's Ace's BKB coming in.
And Fada's still like a couple hundred away. Here's the Slark, though.
Yeah, he's gonna lose that Shadow Dance pretty soon as he comes in closer. The rockets from Clockwork get the information, and once again, it's just one of these supports slightly out of position for VG Gaming that just gets wrecked.
You gotta kill the Zeus, but how do you do so?
Buyback?
How do you fight through a Lone Druid and an Undying Tomb?
Well, maybe the answer is you just don't. You're seeing Team Secret, like they're farming up the Ancients at the moment. They don't even want to do Roshan. This is now the second time they've started Roshan, and it's turned into a kill onto a support of VG Gaming.
Yeah. And obviously, you know, they have a big lead. It's 13-2, but this gold advantage was what, 5,000, 6,000, around like the 7 or 8 minute mark? It's only 8. So yeah, you're ahead, but at the same time, you don't have much to deal with the Slark as the game progresses, and eventually him and Underlord are going to be incredibly difficult to take down. No one can kill Zeus just yet, but give him a couple more items, all of a sudden you're going to have that sticking power, and if Zeus, like, you see the damage output, but that's most of what they have.
Here comes VG Gaming. Secret feel like something is up. That's why mid one just lightning bolt the other side of the trees. Paparazzi's in close. They put down the Observe Ward to give more information. Something Team Secret didn't see. Bay made it down the river before the smoke broke on him. And there goes Jabert back into Roshan. The Observe Ward they planted in mid did see all of Team Secret gravitate back towards the pit. So here comes VG once more. The Paparazzi is so far away, he shouldn't make it here in time. So it's going to be up to Ori. The puck does not jump in, but Japsol does. Picking up 11, pulling it back in. The Dark Rift will begin. You've got the control over on Mirana, Ori. All three of them will be taken back by this, all the way back to the base, which now means the Team Secret 100% have Roshan.
Very confused by the VG play.
What's their intention?
Yeah, I think you're fine. You want to keep Paparazzi bottom, but if you're going to contest that Roche, you got to be in the area. Their smoke could have theoretically wrapped around between tier 1, tier 2 Radiant, but they kind of just walk in, clock goes, he dies, and I just don't know what the logic is, the move.
Well, that's the thing, right? Especially in your job as the analyst, like I have to work out what's in the mind of VG Gaming. Why did you go in? Why did you do this? And there does appear to be that question mark over the head.
I mean, I just can't believe Slark doesn't have an killer right now. They don't have one on their team. I brought this up multiple times while casting. It's the one item you should not be skipping. 2 armor to your entire team is not negligible, and it's by far the most gold efficient item in the game for what it gives you, especially on an agility hero.
Hey, Team Secret have got it. They're running 2 Willis.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great item.
It's backpacked below Druid, but it's still there.
The one downside of the range form Druid, of course, you know, his bear is walking around with no items. He has no slot.
Here onto the Clockwork, sending him away. Quick Nightmare as actually the Lightning Bolt reveals the Observe Ward that was planted.
Yep. understated benefit of having the Zeus's. Yeah, I mean, that was the ultimate.
Oh,
It lands their
Paparazzi
hero.
can finally have a kill. Oh, no, he can't. Yapsol's got a Blink Dagger. Wait, not only Yapsol has a Blink Dagger, he's got Dark Rift.
He's not dying.
No.
I like his decision, though. That's why he's staying bottom, because he knows he can throw on his team top and just Dark Rift onto the bear.
Jumps in, lone druid, pretty low. Solrip's going to keep him up, however. As Ace just keeps the pressure on the tier 2 tower. But they're trying to keep Ace low. Meanwhile, Slark. Nice grab from Yapsor, and then Fada just follows through with the perfect arrow. That's 1 minute without Paparazzi. He spent the money to buy the Silver Edge.
Well, what's that going to do? How does Silver Edge help you in this game?
Now I'm wondering who he's trying to break. Yapsol's now going to, because Fada TP down, Yapsol's going to take him back. All the way back north. They jump in closer towards Ori. The pit has to be put down from 11. Mirana rooted down. The Firestorm stolen by Yapsor, so more damage to add to an AoE fight, which is exactly the type of fight that VG Gaming keep finding themselves in.
These 3 wards on Puppy. They can take a lot of map control right now. Look at this one. He's about to place.
And just inside the base.
Yeah, so good.
They see him? No.
Nope. Nighttime.
Yeah, nighttime, and then just walks out as the Moonlight Shadow came back on him.
That never gets countered if you get it off that way. And that's going to set them up to push tier 3, especially when they still have this Aegis. Next 2 minutes, Ace is going to have 2 lives.
I like how they're dragging the creep wave from mid lane up to the top 2.
Yep.
They want VG Gaming to be attacked from multiple angles. It's also efficient farming.
Yeah, it's a very just experienced core player move. It's something you don't see a lot of tier 2 teams pull off, but cutting waves so effective at this stage. Like, that's why the mid wave is providing them so much vision, because they get that extra creep wave. You don't really want to be forced to travel there, and especially when you got 2 heroes, technically. You know, just have your bear homie help you out.
Nice little battle on the top arcane room. That would have just enabled mid one to spam the living crap out of this mid lane as they push high. Because that's what you were worried about, right? Like Team Secret, do you think they still now have enough to fight against VG Gaming inside their base? Can they push the high ground with the Aegis on Ace?
You can try, but the wave clear of Vici is just so strong. It's very difficult to actually threaten high ground.
They got double catapults with this one, so the catapults at least keep their distance. The bear gives the vision up the hill. Try and Crimson Guard up. Well, it's difficult, but not impossible. First bear will die. The resummons available. Puppy just drops the Undying Tombstone, plus that ultimate of his. So new bear up, new creep wave as well, which means all the minions that come along with it. VG Gaming want to come close, but they can't do it. They can't reach the Tombstone. Their creep wave will melt. They've gone through the tier 3 tower, jump in through the rear. VG Gaming trying to come from behind, and Paparazzi just got exploded. That's a ticket to go the whole way inside the base. What do we got for an extra steal? Of course it's a dream call. More control. Fenrir's on the run away from Fada. Yapsor jumps up to try and kill him off, but mid wants to want to do it with a Nimbus. This is a mid-rank thing, and because they've taken the top tier 2 tower, Team Secret can go for more if they want to. There's nothing that stops them from fighting, especially when you've got Yapsor with the initiation of Dream Coil. Ori jumps in. He's going to join his way up towards the top. Hook shot in, but the arrow, it actually flies underneath the clockwork, and it may not matter. The blink in from Yapsor. It's a double Dream Coil. VG Gaming, they look like a shambles right now, having real issues inside their base. 11 wants to get out of here, but I don't think they can. The only way to get out of here is by calling GG. They are actually locked in, and they do it. 32 minutes in, VG Gaming say there is no more to play this game. GG, well played. Team Secret take game 1 in this best of 3.
What? I don't even have words, Toby. What the hell was that?
Hey, that crowd looks stunned as well. The lights are the only thing which are currently stimulating their brains. What the hell just happened here?
That was like... There's too much, I mean, what? They don't defend the tier 3. Slark TP's tier 2, knows they have vision of him as he